Hey guys, this is Jamie. So today I want to talk about something which is very serious, and I am not sort of happy with the way things are going when it comes to specifically abortion rights in Russia. And it is something that bothers me on a personal level, and I also feel like it needs to be talked more, it needs to be raised more, and the fact that this even is a discussion that has to happen really bothers me. Again, I am very shaken that this is happening. Um, Obviously, when it came to LGBT rights, Russia never had the best record, and neither did the Soviet Union, and just having the thought that abortion could be taken away from people who are fertile, not necessarily just women, uh, is, in my opinion, a proper infliction of rights, and something that has been historically been in the country legalized for so long shouldn't even be questioned to be taken away. So I'm sorry that I haven't been very consistent. I've been having lots of issues, family-wise and etc. So I haven't had time to myself, and I've just been really struggling. So yeah, so when it comes to abortion, I personally am not fertile. I haven't been for a very long while, being a trans man, but I always grew up with the notion that abortion is a decision that someone can take. Abortion was always something widely discussed, widely done, not in a sort of way that people portray it as people do it just because they feel like it, but it is still a decision that it is up to the person who's pregnant to make. And I've had family members who had abortions, so that this is something that never felt out of the ordinary for me. And frankly, I was very traumatized when I had a cultural shock when I realized that abortion wasn't legal in other places. To me, it seemed like a very barbaric thing, actually. And it is sort of one of the things that I feel should never be contested. Abortion is not an easy decision, it is not an easy procedure at times, but I don't feel like any religious or anyone else can influence that decision, and specifically government bodies. Now, I know that Putin has been off his rails for God knows how long, and what he's been doing is atrocious, and I do not enjoy the Ukrainian side either, and I've been very vocal about being critical of both sides. But I feel like having friends who are still in Russia, having grown up being someone who speaks Russian, who has family and etc. Like, sure, I do not maybe talk to my family at this point in my existence because of me being trans and people not accepting me. But that doesn't mean that I don't care about the rights of like people who I still talk to or their significant others in Russia. Me having sympathy and understanding what other people struggle through is a normal human emotion. And I feel like specifically in this age of wars and etc., we are starting to lack that immensely. I've been in a very depressed, difficult mood because I do not like the way things are happening in the world. I do not understand the need to hate people or feel like they shouldn't exist. So I do want to say that I do not enjoy this erasure of LGBT people. I do not enjoy this desire to eradicate LGBT people because they already exist. This is natural. While forcing someone to carry a fetus, a block of cells, which made them miss, I don't know, 1 or 2, 3 periods for all I care, shouldn't be a decision for the government to decide if the woman or the pregnant person have to carry it to the full term. I really don't care to an enormous extent of what do other people think on a person's personal decision. An abortion is a personal decision. And I find it very hypocritical, specifically when these people have been caught in lies, American or others, Russians, when they speak on certain issues, but at the same time, when they are caught in the fact that they have had an abortion, or someone they love have had an abortion, or a lover of theirs have had an abortion, they usually say, yeah, but they needed to. But this needed to doesn't extend to every woman or every pregnant person. And then there's circumstances like different medical reasons, like let's say the fetus died, or the birth endangers both the baby, if it's already formed to that way, it's a block of cells, I'm sorry, or the woman or the person who's giving birth. There are many reasons where an abortion is necessary. There are other reasons that an abortion is necessary. And none of these need to be a discussion outside of the only person who I can say has an opinion would be a medical professional to say, like, you need maybe to have a C-section. You can't have the child. That is the only person. And they should be qualified without any radical beliefs on whether a person should not have an abortion due to specifically religious or ideological beliefs. I cannot stress how much this stresses me. And yesterday I went to watch the Lee Miller movie about the World War II photographer, and I highly recommend it. It was a very deeply moving movie, and I've always had interest in World War II. And seeing those horrors that she captured, and also it also made me think a lot about the inequality between men and women in the West, because growing up, I obviously watched war movies which showed the Soviet reality where women and men worked nearly in all positions together. And the rights of Soviet women far exceeded the rights of women in the West. And to see things like you cannot enter this because you're a woman still shocks me to the core, actually. Just like abortion rights shocks me to the core when people think that abortion shouldn't be a choice that a woman can make, or a person who's giving birth or who's pregnant. I am very alarmed by the state of humanity. I do not enjoy a lot of the things that are happening. I do not enjoy the way that the fact that wars are going. people are forced to participate in wars they don't want. And this is spilling into personal issues like pregnancies or abortion. We already had LGBT rights taken away in many countries or not even discussed. But at this point, it's like being a trans and a gay person, I grew up knowing that I don't have those rights, while seeing something as basic and obvious like an abortion being taken away, or saying that women need to stay at home and give birth until God tells them to stop is horrendous. It is, in this case, I'm using the language, it's a woman's decision of how many kids she wants to make, or her partners as well. And even then, to an extent, then it's like a family unit, how many children do you want, and etc., etc. But no one should be forcing a woman to give birth under any circumstance. I may have certain degrees of faith and my own visions of religion and fondness and etc., but religion does not have a place when it comes to someone's body. A person's relationship with God shouldn't be so demanding and cross certain boundaries, like I need to do this to be accepted into heaven, to not go into hell, and etc. I don't like using this expression, but we are human beings. We have developed the capacity to think. Through time, we see how we can survive, and certain things that aid us do not aid us. And I do not enjoy the fact that we are choosing war. There's also the fact that I see a lot of times this argument thrown around, but like you see different AI products as well, where people simply refuse other human beings. And this to me is already rejecting humanity. We are people, but for some reason, the people who are above us are choosing inhumane decisions for us. I do not know what to do about this. I am very disgusted by the fact that Russia might ban abortion. I am disgusted by every war that is happening. I am disgusted by every bomb that is falling. I am disgusted by the actions of Israel. I am disgusted by every excuse that says that Israel has the right to defend itself. I am disgusted by so many things, and I cannot change anything. That is all I have to say, and I don't even know what to suggest, what to encourage. I feel like we're just sent into this corner where we can't do anything. Our voices are not heard, and neither we're trying to speak up because we know we won't be listened. I guess just take care of yourself, really.